Good morning and welcome to our one-day tour of Hanoi cultural landmarks. Today we are taking you on a cultural journey to Quan Su Pagoda, one of the oldest and the most important pagoda in the city. But first, we will start our day with a delicious cup of egg coffee, a local specialty you don't want to miss. So, this is Cafe Ding, nestled in the heart of Bestic City. Cafe Ding is the hidden gem that's capturing the essence of Vietnamese culture and cuisine. So, let's move on then. Cafe Ding is also renowned for its exquisite coffee. Vietnam is the second largest exporter of coffee globally, and you will have the chance to savor its rich flavor right here. It's highly recommended to try the traditional Vietnamese coffee, perhaps that is strong dark roasted coffee bean and served in a sweetened coconut milk. It's an experience unlike any other. So let's go and have some coffee, shall we? As we step inside Cafe Ding, take a moment to appreciate the cozy and the rustic atmosphere that's great us. The wall adorned with vintage photograph and painting depict the rich history and culture of this region. The dim lighting and soothing background music create a relaxing environment for everyone to unwind. Now let's dive into the gastronomic delight that Cafe Ding has to offer. As we explore the menu, you will discover a wide array of options to satisfy your taste buds. The friendly and attractive staff members of Cafe Ding are always ready to cater to your needs. Feel free to ask them for recommendation or any specified dietary requirement you may have. They will be more than happy to assist you and ensure you have an unforgettable experience.
Now that we've filled up with some delicious coffee, it's time to head to Quan Su Pagoda, where we will learn about the history and significance of this ancient temple. Hello and welcome to Quan Su Pagoda, one of the oldest and most important pagodas in Hanoi. Founded in the 15th centuries, this Buddhist temple is a place of great significance and spiritual importance in Vietnam.
The temple was built in 1458 during the reign of Emperor Lê Thái Tông of the Lê dynasty and is still operating today as a center of spiritual reflection for Buddhists in Hanoi. And as we walk through the temple's courtyard, you will notice the ornate carvings that decorate the roofs and walls. Every detail reflects the temple's symbolic and spiritual values. And as soon as you stepped outside the temple's ancient walls, you were instantly transported to a world of noise and commotions. cars honked, people shouted, and the aroma of street food filled in the air. The temple is divided into various halls, each with its own purpose and symbolism. The main prayer hall is the most important and can accommodate up to 500 people at once, providing the ample space for worshippers. And as we explore further, be sure to take a moment to admire the stunning artwork and intricate carvings that adorned the temple's walls and ceilings. Much of this artwork was created by local artists, and it represents a unique blend of traditional Vietnamese and Buddhist culture.
The temple is home to many monks who follow the strict routine that includes meditation, chanting, and some form of manual labor that's part of their spiritual training. Besides providing spiritual upliftment, the temple is also a significant source of support for the surrounding community. Local people make donations to support the temple's activities, which include providing shelters, food, and other necessities for those in need.
And that's our tour of Quan Su Pagoda, a place of great spiritual and cultural significance in Vietnam. We hope you have enjoyed learning about the magnificent temple, the history behind it, and all the different features and activity the temple has to offer.
After visiting Quan Su Pagoda, it's time for a quick lunch break before we head to our next stop, the Chow Theater. We'll be trying some classic Vietnamese dishes that perfect for quick and tasty lunch on the go. And in these situations is the pho, the traditional Vietnamese cuisine.
Now we're satisfied with our dishes. It's time to move to some activities at the Chow Theater.
Welcome to the world of Chow, the traditional Vietnamese musical theater art form that has been passed down through generation. My name is Hai, and I will be your guide to this unique and executed art form. Let's begin with some information about the history of Chow. Chow has its origins over 10 centuries ago, at a time when Vietnam was still under Chinese rule. Back then, Chow has a form of entertainment for the common people and was performed primarily in the countryside. Today, Chow is still performed in many parts of Vietnam, particularly in the northern and central province. A typical Chow performance includes singing, dancing, and acting. It often tells a story with a moral or historical lesson, such as love, valor, honesty, and justice. The performers use musical instruments such as bamboo flute, drums, and cymbals to create a rhythm that flows perfectly with the performance. Chao performers often improvise on the stories to keep the performance fresh and engaging for the audience. This improvisation is based on years of training and experience in Chao performance. Chao has a long and rich history in Vietnam and is widely regarded as an important part of the country's cultural heritage. The art form has undergone significant changes over the years, adapting to new audience and new forms of storytelling.
Chao is also known for its colorful costume. Men often wear white brimmed hat, long-sleeved shirts, and baggy pants, while women wear silk tunics and trousers. The performers often use masks to portray different characters in the story. Today, Chao performances are held in the theater, community centers, and other venues throughout Vietnam, particularly in the northern and central province. Many local artists work hard to ensure that Chao performances continue to be an important part of Vietnam's culture and heritage. During a Chao's performance, the performers often break the fourth wall and interact with the audience. This creates an intimate and interactive experience that is unlike anything else.
And overall, Chao is a beautiful and comforting art from the reflect of the history, control, and the value of Vietnam. Also brings some spirits of our countries. And if you ever have the opportunity to see the Chao performance, yes, I highly recommend it. So that's conclude our one-day tour of Quan Su Pagoda, Cà Phê and the Chao Theater in Hanoi. We hope you enjoy this journey, and someday we will have the opportunity to experience it yourself.